like a bit of makeup.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is something that is always like even now. I was just saying this on my live this morning. There's always this kind of like imposter syndrome thing that you feel like, what do I have to bring? What am I doing here? Who am I?
Yeah.
I was just talking about it again because I feel like that right now. I'm going through that
Really? Gosh.
thing. Yeah. So it doesn't necessarily get easier. It's more, actually it's almost even worse when as you grow, because the more you your, I guess, the expectations go up,
Yes, I
and
can
you're
see
kind of
that.
like, okay, like,
Yes.
am I doing enough? Am I, helping enough? Am I, failing in any way? So
Mm,
yeah, you always deal with that. I think it's mindset is always a very important part of
yeah.
social media. And you really have to be able to talk yourself down a little bit and just kind of say, just relax, you're okay. People will let you know if it's not going well. And
Right. Yes, that's true. That's
yeah,
true. Yes.
so you're okay.
Yeah, I'll make it my target this week. I work in a school, and so work's not quite so busy because it's the children on half term next week. So I've got a little bit more time than I normally have. So I'm going to make it my mission. Like by Monday night, I'll have done my first post.
Good. That's a
Yes,
good goal
that's
to set.
gonna,
Like you have a
yeah, I'm gonna
day
make
and a
myself a
timeline.
goal.
Yeah, you've got a few days to think about what you want to do. Reach out and we can talk about it a little bit more if you want a little bit more, guidance through that.
All right, thank you.
And
Appreciate that. Thank
yeah,
you.
we can definitely do that.
All
Happy
right,
to do
thank
that.
you.
And
Yeah.
just be like you're talking now. Like, that's all you gotta do is just be natural and talk like you're talking to us.
Yeah, good tips. I just have to talk about what interests me, and it's bound to interest someone somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right, thanks, Chanel. Yeah,
There's always somebody out there that's interested in what you want to do.
yeah.
So do you have an idea of a specific topic that you want to focus on your account?
This is the problem. I'm not very good at makeup, but I enjoy putting my makeup on, and I'm quite happy to say I'm winging it. This is how I do, and I'm over 50. As long as I look presentable and look nice to myself, and those kind of things, as opposed to necessarily teaching somebody. And I like talking, so I just need to find something to do, and I can just talk about my day, and I don't know, just
Yeah, so if you're going to be talking, like you said, to people who are over 50, you're putting your makeup on. So that's something that's very visually interesting. People like just kind of watching to see what you do and how it differs from what they do. But, you could also lean into helping people. You're just kind of saying, like, this is the way I'm feeling right now. Are you feeling this way? You become
right.
relatable. Or this is something that happened to me. Has this ever happened to you? And maybe inspire people or motivate a
Yeah,
little bit. Yeah,
invite some comments.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
thank
Well,
you.
we'll definitely talk more about that in your
All right.
chats.
Yes, thank
If
you.
you
Those
want
few
to reach
minutes have
out.
been really
Yeah.
helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. No problem. No problem. And who just joined here now? Joy is here. Hi, Joy.
Joy is here. Hey, Joy, how you going?
Oh my goodness. Look at
Uh,
that beautiful picture she just put up there. There she is.
Joy's
Yeah.
a traveller.
Gotcha. Gotcha. She's a traveler. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
And
she
Alan,
travels
how are
all
things
over
going
the
with you,
world.
Alan?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I said, how are things going with you?
Oh, doing good. Yeah, I'm going to be contacting you over the next, maybe tomorrow or Monday.
Great. Great.
I
Okay.
want,
Yeah.
I want to, I want to get going with a live, my first live and my first post.
Oh, good. Good. So um you already have 1,000 followers then? Like you already have the live
Yeah,
permission?
I actually have 14,000 followers.
Oh, okay. I remember you now. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Okay. So you've never posted before though?
Nope.
You've just reposted.
Nope.
What is it you're doing? I forget.
I go sit in someone's room and everyone follows me.
Oh, right. Okay.
And
Gotcha.
and I tell I tell comedy things. Someone makes a comment and I'll make a funny comment and I get 20 followers, and then
Gotcha.
and then a lot of people have gotten to know me, and then they follow me, and then they've shared me out. So I always get comments like, "Oh, where's all your videos?"
Yeah. Yeah. They're probably wondering because if they're following you because you're comical, that's probably something you should lean into.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Good. Good.
yeah.
You're
You
like
should
Janelle.
lean
They could
into
have
it.
used.
They love it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Janelle does a comedy kind of thing too. So
Awesome.
I did a
yeah,
video. I did a video yesterday, and It was about being the grandparent and the presents you get for Christmas. And I got so many people saying, you should be just grateful.
But that's not funny.
Why?
That's not funny then.
Well, that's basically what I wrote back. It's a tongue-in-cheek video.
Yeah, yeah. It's true
Okay, well,
though.
we're
It's
coming
true
close
though.
to the start time.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
All right. We can
all right,
begin.
you're
I
right,
see Becky
George,
is
no
in here now.
worries.
So
Yep, we'll just wait, give it another couple of seconds.
okay. Yeah,
But
okay.
welcome everybody. I'd just like to welcome you in and introduce you to Susan Ritchie, who has her own TikTok account where she teaches people over 50, my age, how to use TikTok. She has over 142,000 members, and she has 206 members in her school community, which is an excellent community if you are struggling with TikTok. So welcome, Susan.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're here. I'm really excited to listen to what you've got to say today and welcome you in as a friend and a mentor.
Yeah,
So
thank
if
you.
you'd like to take it away.
Yeah,
Let's
for
go.
sure. That's very, very kind of you to say. It's been really lovely getting to know people with this school account. You know, when you're on a TikTok account and you're just kind of seeing people in the comments, or maybe you see a name that shows up on the live, but in the school community, I really get to know people. And it's been really nice getting to know a lot of you, but Janelle in particular, she's just she's been with me probably the longest. And she's just a fun personality, and she's doing so well. She's a very smart cookie too. I actually will turn to Janelle for some technology advice, because she really seems to know her way around the computer and how to find things. So, and that is my weakness when it comes to technology. Trying to learn something new. I'm very much in that kind of I'm too old to learn anything category. I feel like, I don't want to be bothered. Change is hard. That feels uncomfortable to try something new. But there are a lot of really important things that I've done with technology and that has brought me to the place that I'm in now. And I do think that we do need to kind of get over that hurdle and just kind of get to a place where we're a little bit more open to the idea. And so one of the things I did want to talk about today was AI. I've been surprised at how many people are using it. Can you guys just hold your hand up like this if you are using ChatGPT or some version of AI? I can't see Joy, but Becky, are you using ChatGPT or anything? No, you're not. Okay. So and Joy is too. Okay. So you all are using it right now. It has a lot of amazing capacities. Well, let's do it one more time. If I can get you just to kind of put your hand up. Have you ever studied how to write a prompt? Joy has and Janelle has. Okay. Because that is what I kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about today, is just how do you form a prompt to get the best results? I know when I started, I was really feeling like I was basically treating it like Google. I was just asking it questions and hoping that I would get the responses that I want. But in the end, it wound up being a frustrating conversation. I actually have had full out screaming matches with ChatGPT because it's not doing what I wanted to do. Right? So frustrating. So I've had to, study prompts and study how you create them and write them so that I can get the best results. So I'm just going to share a little bit about that with you.
Here and my sword.
Is that somebody asking a question, or is that is that Becky? Are you asking a question? I couldn't quite hear what you said.
No, am I not muted?
No, I don't think so. I can hear you talking.
Okay, I probably should be muted.
Oh, okay.
My dogs are running through the house.
Oh, I know. It's always great. I have a little dog here now. So as long as nobody shows up at the door, we're fine. But everything will go crazy if somebody shows up at the door. Okay, well, what I'm just going to kind of run through here is what you need in a prompt. So if you're just going to ChatGPT and you're just typing in, write for me 10 hooks, or give me a hook for this niche, or write a hook for this topic, you're not going to be getting quite the results that you potentially could. Hi, Bunky. I see your hand up. Do you have a question?
I just wanted to say hi.
Hi, Bunky.
I have enjoyed your class, and I'm driving down the road, and we're in Florida.
Oh,
So
nice.
I just wanted to meet you, and your class has been absolutely wonderful.
Well, that's
And
sweet.
I already got approved for Amazon influencer.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
amazing. Good for you. You know what? I have tried and tried and tried to get into that program and I can't do it. So good on you. Good on you for doing it. That's
Well,
great.
I just wanted to say hi.
Thank you, Bunky. It's nice to have you
Thank
here.
you.
Thanks for, be
Thanks.
careful when you're driving and you're,
Oh, yes.
yeah. Okay. So let me just actually backtrack because this just triggered my mind here. The biggest problem that I have with everything in my life is staying on task. Staying on task is a big problem for me because I wind up thinking about all these ideas of things I want to do, but I have no idea how to implement it. And ChatGPT has honestly been the best thing that ever happened to me in all aspects of life, because it doesn't matter what I'm doing, whether I'm planning an event, a birthday party, or planning a full-blown course on school. ChatGPT has been able to help me focus my scattered, unorganized thoughts and put it into, a focused channel. So I really wasn't into ChatGPT when I started on TikTok, but I am a full believer now. And there's so many different AI programs that you can get into as well that specialize in doing certain things. So if you are, wanting to write a book, there's a special ChatGPT for that. And if you want to, get legal advice, there's one for that. And if you want to farm, there's one for that. Like it's in everything. So we really have to get a lot more comfortable with it. And in many ways, it's there and we're using it and we don't even realize in a lot of cases. It's kind of a hidden feature that's running those chat bots, and it's the algorithm on TikTok is even that type of thing. It's artificial intelligence, so it is everywhere. So here's what we need to have in a prompt. I don't know if you guys have pen and paper, but if you're not familiar with these things, this might be something to keep in mind. So the first thing you're going to want to do in a prompt is tell ChatGPT what its role is. So you would assume that if you just asked a question, it's going to give you the best answer. But if you tell ChatGPT that it is the TikTok specialist, or it is a content creator, expert, and that it is going to, maybe even if you're using it to craft hooks, if you could say, you are an expert on crafting curious-driven hooks, or hooks that grab people's attention, describe the role that the ChatGPT is going to play in the conversation you're going to have. Doing that, it just kind of sets it up for success a bit better. If it understands what it wants, what you want it to do, the role you want it to play. If you want it to just be an advisor, if you want it to be an editor, if you want it to be just, check this out and see if you see any grammar mistakes, like you can set that role for whatever it is you're asking the task to be. So in our case, we're often making content. Most people are trying to get hooks and ideas for content. So if you use a prompt that tells it that it is an expert and a specialist in this area, you are more likely to get a better result from it. The second thing you want to give is context about who you are. What is your role? So you want to tell it about yourself. So you say, my name is Susan. I am a TikTok content creator, and I help people who are over 50 learn how to use TikTok. And my content is tutorials, and I have a school community that you can just basically lay out who and what you are and what your role is going to be in the conversation. And then the next thing you want to be doing, the third thing, is listing out the requirements. So you want to tell ChatGPT exactly what you want it to include. So it's kind of like a checklist sort of thing. So if you are asking it for a script, for example, you're going to want to say, okay, give me. I'm sorry, pardon?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was a question. You want to tell it.
Sorry, Susan, can you mute Becky from your end?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. How do I do that, hon?
I don't know either.
Okay.
Because I think you're on your phone, are you, Becky? Oh, she's right. Oh, she's stopped the video as well.
Oh, Becky's
Okay,
there. Yeah,
right.
okay, you're good, Becky. You're good.
Now I'm unmuted again.
Oh, yeah. Just whatever you did before, that was perfect, because you were, I could see you were muted. There you go. You're in. Good. So yes. See, there's my brain now getting distracted, right? Like, where was I? What was I talking about?
Sorry.
That's okay. Let me come back to you. We were talking about the requirements. So this is step number 3 in the prompt. This is all going to be in one paragraph that you're going to put this in. So like the first part of the paragraph is going to tell ChatGPT what the role is. The second paragraph is going to tell what your role is. This is not individual prompts. These are all in one big prompt. The third thing then is the list of requirements, and you just are going to give it kind of an idea of what you expect the answer to contain. So you want to say, okay, I want a curiosity-driven hook that is going to really draw in a particular person, whoever that person is you're looking for. Maybe you'll say, I would like to have suggestions on text on screen. You know, what would you think would be good text on screen? I would like you to provide a 2 options on different calls to action I could use. I would like you to give me a summary of what I should talk about in the body of the video. You know, so you're giving it a bit of an outline of what things have to be in the answer. All right. Sometimes, and we're going to keep going here, but sometimes it's better to be clear than to be super, super detailed. Sometimes if you go into too much information, it can almost be hard for ChatGPT to provide all that and give you a good answer. So be clear, be thorough, but don't be like really over the top. And then the next step, you're going to want to explain how you want it to be formatted. So you've got your role, you've got, you know, you've got the ChatGPT role, your role, then you've given the requirements of what has to be in the answer. So now you're going to say, here's how I want you to deliver the answer. So I want, for example, I'd like a complete set of hooks, a call to action value, include hashtags, include on-screen text, suggest different camera shots, just basically tell it what you want in the format. So you can say, like, I want column 1 to be the hook, I want column 2 to be the calls to action, column 3, or however you want it to be displayed. And again, this does not have to be complicated. This can be like one sentence. You just say, you know, like, I would like you to make it a checkbox list. I would like you to make it, you know, in sentence form, or I would like you to make it in columns, you know, any way that you want it presented. Then the next step is your tone. You kind of want to tell the algorithm how you want the tone of the script to be. Are you trying to be funny? Are you trying to be serious? Are you excited? Are you looking to be just warm and nurturing? What is the tone that you're trying to convey? It matters to TikTok too, or not TikTok, sorry. I'm so used to saying TikTok, it just comes out. It matters to ChatGPT to make sure that it matches the tone that you're trying to create in your content. So make sure that you just kind of say clearly what it is that you want to do. The other part of that is if you can give a reference of what you've either seen that you want to replicate, or a video that you've done before that really worked and you're trying to replicate something there, you can actually give a reference to the ChatGPT and you say, I'd like something like this. And if you describe the video and say, I was, this video, there was a hiker and he was going down the trail and the sun was behind him and it had that nice sun glare, and I want to have words on it that says this. If you can give some sort of description of what you're looking for, that's very helpful for ChatGPT as well. Again, not a ton of detail, just a little bit of a guide will help it in just kind of getting that, you know, the true result that you want. So then from there, you just want to ask for clarifying questions. If you ask, the last thing you do is ask for clarifying questions that ChatGPT has that will help it provide the best results. And every time you're never gonna have a situation where it goes, yep, got it, no problem. It's going to have a question. And that's a great way to, one, understand stuff that you were missing when you filled out your thing, what you weren't clear about, but also it will, add more clarity to the ChatGPT's answer. So that's basically the framework that I try and use with a prompt. And I have various levels of how detailed I go into. If I'm, say I was working on building a product, if I wanted to build a PDF that was going to teach people something, I would go into much more detail. I would go into a lot of steps and requirements and, design and all that kind of stuff in the prompt. If you do it at the beginning, it saves a lot of steps going forward. But there's going to always be feedback that you're going to have to give ChatGPT based on its results. So when you are getting those results, what you should do is, if there is something that you really like, you should tell the ChatGPT to lock that in. So say it gave you some numbered results, and you can say, I love number 1 and number 3. Please lock those ones in. But number 2 to 10, I think those are too generic. Let's do those ones over. But if you don't say which ones you want to lock in, it will do them all over again, and you will wind up losing 1 and 3. And so if you did see something you really liked, make sure that you tell it to save it or lock it in or something like that. Let me see, what else is there? Oh, right. I did want to mention this part as well. TikTok has limits. And I find that if I ask a question and it doesn't know the answer, it will make it up. It will try to answer in a way that it thinks I want it to. It's more into pleasing me than it is about giving accuracy sometimes. And so I think it is important, especially if you're doing something that you are not actually fully competent on the subject, make sure that you ask it for sources. Ask it to just verify the sources that it got its information from. If it made it up, it will say, oh, I don't know, I didn't get any sources, or, it'll have that kind of a response. So you'll know that it's kind of flubbing its way through things a little bit, which is kind of, like people do in a way. We sometimes come up with some creative answers, but you want to know for sure that it's giving you an accurate answer and not something that it's just trying to, weasel its way through. So ChatGPT is an excellent tool that really does help in a lot of ways, and I lean on it heavily for my content, but do make sure that you know that it's giving you accurate information. Yeah, Janelle, what's up?
Okay, I just wanted to say for this one, how you're talking about it, you could set all that up and put it into a project. So that way it's got everything, everything you've done with it. And then you've only got to go back to that actual project to get more information with the similar outcome. So
Exactly.
it's not, I don't know about you, but I've got 50,000 things in my sidebar. So to keep it organised, I've put it into projects now so it's easy to find.
Exactly. That's great, Janelle. And that's exactly right. This is a prompt that you can put in for a big, because you're going to be coming to ChatGPT probably every day, if not every week, asking for this information, So you don't want to have to type out this prompt every single time. So like Janelle says, if you make it into a project, you can just go to that project and just start over from where you left off, and it will remember that whole conversation from the project. It'll know how you want it formatted. It'll know what its role is and what your role is, all of that. So yeah, that is very good. In fact, I even have one that all I have to do is go and say brainstorm, and it will just give me the hooks that I'm looking for. So you can take it to that level too. Now, ChatGPT is a really good. Oh, sorry, Alan, did you want to ask a question?
Just to follow up on that, I wasn't sure if I should ask you or if I should ask ChatGPT. How do you create a project?
How do you create a project?
Yeah.
So I don't have my screen where I can show you here. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone.
Or is it easy to find out once I'm on ChatGPT?
Well,
I hadn't heard it before.
You haven't heard that word before?
Yeah.
So if I'm going to hold this up to my screen here, this is just on my phone. So you see right there, it says new project.
Oh,
So if you click
yeah.
that, you can give it a name. You can call it, Alan's TikTok strategy, or you can call it, my home renovation plans, or whatever you want to call it. But make a project there, put your prompt in, and tell it. You can even tell the ChatGPT, like, save this information, save this prompt in this project. And every time I come to this project and I type in the word brainstorm, you're going to give me 10 hooks, or you're going to, do it. So you can kind of lay out that sort of structure to save you writing it out and doing all that kind of thing every single time.
Well, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm like, as I say, I'm not a great one for learning new things. And this has taken me a little while. And there's a lot that I don't know about ChatGPT, full disclosure. I'm still learning every day, and I do still have arguments with it all the time. But I do see it as a very valuable tool that is worth the education. And I think out of all of this, I think you guys should just understand that it's worth getting into it a little bit. Dig into a training of some kind. Take some YouTube videos and watch them and learn a little bit about what's available, because AI it's advancing very quickly. There's lots of things that are out there. You can create an app now. You guys heard that? ChatGPT, it's not ChatGPT, but it's AI, can create an app for you just from a prompt. So you can say you are a fitness person and you are wanting to create just a little program that people can use on a daily basis to track their food and their exercise. You can design an app for your people just with a prompt like what I just described. Yes, Joy.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, okay. My other headphones don't work. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say two things.
Yes.
So Alan, on the desktop, the projects are on the left-hand sidebar where your previous chats are listed. Also, there's two things which everybody should know about, which is ChatGPT has something called tasks you can set. And if you just tell ChatGPT, if you say, set up a task that prompts me every morning at 8 a.m. to open up my prompt for a TikTok, whatever, for your TikTok thread. Every morning it'll come up with that prompt, and it'll automatically say, it's time to do your.
Yeah, that's so true. I totally forgot about that. I have one that tells me, because again, I'm always worried about forgetting things and, getting distracted. So if somebody wants me to do an audit, or and it's like late in the evening and I have to remember in the morning to do it, I will tell ChatGPT, remind me in the morning, I have to do an audit for Joy, or I have to, do a Zoom call with Janelle, or, whatever it is. Because yeah, it's super handy, and it will send you a text, just a little ding in the morning. And actually it's pretty persistent too. If I don't respond to it, it keeps after me, which is good. But it's yeah, very, very handy tool. And I think that a lot of people they underuse it. They don't use it to its full potential. And I think if you did spend some time, and I'm not the person to study this with, but I am the person to encourage you to study it. And I think there's probably a lot of good free trainings on YouTube that you can take that would really enhance your development on ChatGPT, for sure. Now, is everybody here from the TikTok Growth Mastery School, or Joy? Is Joy from your school, Janelle? No, Joy is okay. Everybody else, I think, is from my program. Is that right? Oh no,
And Bernie's here. Bernie's here too.
Right.
And I teach ChatGPT too in my community.
Good, you do. Okay, great. Yeah. You have so many things in your community that are so valuable. I was going through it. I'm like, oh, I want to take this. Oh, I want to take this. So yeah, there's a lot of good gems that you have there. And I think I remember back in the days when I had like 20 or 30 people in my community, and I would say to those people, like, this is the golden days. Like, these are the days when I have all kinds of time and all kinds of, opportunity to help people. And you know, as you grow, it gets harder and harder to do that. But it's really great if you have the opportunity to be in Janelle's community right now. Take advantage of her understanding of TikTok, her experience that she has, her computer knowledge, because she is a little bit of a whiz at all this stuff. Look at Joy working out. That's awesome, Joy. You're an inspiration to me. I need to do that too. We need to, actually, we should just have a workout session on Zoom, shouldn't we? This is what I need to be doing, because I spend 90% of my time now sitting in this chair. I know. My husband, my son.
Sorry, you could always get another desk walker.
I do have one of those things, and there it is over in the corner, collecting dust. Well, let me just, before we kind of wrap up on this, is there anything you guys have questions about? Do you want specifically to ask about anything ChatGPT between Janelle and I think we could assist in any way. Does anybody have anything you want to ask?
I'm going to jump in here if that's okay. Guys, what I usually do is I will grab the TikTok transcription from a video that's been trending. And what I'll do is I'll put that transcription into ChatGPT, ask it why it went viral, ask it to create one that could, get more views or be in my voice, and then rewrite it, and then I'll take that script and I'll make a video. And what's been happening with my new account, which is the one that Susan helped me set up, is I've been getting like 247,000 views, 10,000 views, 16,000 views, 25,000 views. And that's just from, taking that script. And I've actually got GPT, which is kind of like a plug-in for ChatGPT, and it's called Comedy Writer. And I can take that script and say, make this funny, but still keep the message. And it'll transfer that into that scenario, and then I'll make that video. And some of them have just been going crazy. I'm not doing a lot of selling in those videos, but I'm getting a lot of people talking about how they are struggling in retirement, not doing that well. So I can contact them via direct message and see if they want some assistance or see if they want. But just taking that transcript or even just putting the link to the video and saying, why did this go viral? And it'll tell you it's relatable, it's this, it's this, it's this. How can I recreate this in my voice? And then it'll tell you blah, 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 blah. How can I make it so it's not so salesy but still get the message again? How could I, offer urgency or put urgency in it? So all these different things that you can ask ChatGPT, and it'll come back with a script. If you get a really long one, just say, look, I need it. TikTok, they're like fleas or goldfish. They don't have a very long attention span, so make it more succinct. So it'll do that. So there's a wealth of opportunity out there, and everyone always says, model the things that are working, and that's one of the ways that you can use AI to help you do that. And I don't think my brain's thought for itself since ChatGPT came on the scene.
Janelle, can you tell people in a little bit more detail how you do the transcript thing? Can you explain that a little bit more?
I've actually got a software. It's called Revoicer, and I can just put the video into there, and it'll transcribe it. But I think ChatGPT can actually do it now. If you put the video link into ChatGPT and say, "Can you transcribe this?" It'll do it. So
you're putting you're putting the link of the TikTok video
to the TikTok, into ChatGPT and ask it to transcribe it. Otherwise, I think Descript will do a certain amount for free. You don't have to pay for that. There's probably some other free tools out there, but the one I use, I've paid for, so I use it all the time.
So can you also talk about, Janelle, about what videos it is that you choose? Like, why do you choose the videos you do? What is it about them that you're looking for?
Most of the time, first I'll look at the views, but then more importantly, I'll look at the comments, because the comments are where the gold is. So if people are commenting on it, then you know that that's where the traction has come from. If it's got a hell of a lot of views, 90% of the time it might be a 3-second video where it's just played over and over and over again. So you want the people that have commented on those videos, and that's why it's got the traction. So that comments are actually more important than views. So, but to find the ones that have got high views, they're going to be the ones that have had comments a lot of the time, and the ones that haven't are mainly just 3-second videos, and like that's why they got so many views. Yeah.
Right. Good.
So
There's
yeah,
there's
sorry, Bernie's just said to ask it to she's given ChatGPT the TikTok link and just asked ChatGPT to create a similar one. So yeah. Mm.
So
But
there's
yeah.
a thing called an outlier video, and I mentioned it a couple times in some of the things that we talked about in our school community. But an outlier video is a video that is successful on a medium-sized TikTok account. So you don't want to go and really look at somebody who has 1 million followers. Those people are kind of outside of what's happening with you. They have a different experience. Their algorithm is kind of, I don't know, locked in, and it doesn't matter what they could do. They could just sit there in front of the camera and they'd get 1,000 views, right? Like, they don't have to do anything. But if you find a content creator who's medium sized, so I would say anywhere from 5,000 to maybe 50,000, somewhere in that range. If you could find a video that they create that has 5 times more views than they have followers. So for example, a 5,000 follower account, if it has a 25,000 or more view video, that's an outlier video. That is the video that did better than expected. That's the video you want to pay attention to. That's the one that you want to replicate. You want to study the hook. You want to pay attention to, how did they record it? What was the message in it? And of course, this is something in your niche, of course, obviously. You don't want to be looking at these outside of your niche. But if you can study what is working, and that is an outlier video, that is the video that you absolutely want to take and recraft it as your own. Because whatever it is that they did is gold. Is there a method to find outliers? So Joy, what you would do is go in your niche and you would just search for, it's research. There's no easy way of doing it. You kind of have to just go through.
Upper right corner, hopefully that's what it's at.
Sorry? Oh, sorry, I didn't know if somebody was asking something. You have to go through your niche. You have to search for accounts that are, in your niche, kind of go through them, look at their follower number, and then just look and see if they have any views that are quite high. And that would be one that you might want to check. If you go through the search bar and you search for, I'm just going to make sure I'm not talking through my hat here.
I just want to jump in. I've found that if you search for the hash. Oh, someone's talking. Sorry. If you go through the hashtags, put the hashtag in the thing, that'll come up as well.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to do that. So I'm just going to look for a TikTok tutorial here and show you where we're looking here. Okay. I turn down my volume. Okay, so if you're looking at your account on your phone, if you are looking in your niche, you're going to search for your niche up here. And then whatever comes up here, obviously this is my niche, so I'm like, this is me, but you can go along here and you can click in on, where is my hashtags? Oh, there it is, sideways. Hashtags right there. Okay. And that's going to show you, the topics. Okay. So if you, let me just look at it here and see what I can see here. So a TikTok tutorial for beginners. Again, this is my niche, not yours, but a TikTok one, I think, what did that say there? 11 posts. So there's 11 posts under that hashtag. And if I open that up, it will show me all the videos that are in that. And that will help you kind of sort through your niche a little bit faster. Does that make sense? You also want to pay attention to how recent the video is. You don't want to be looking for outliers from 2023. You want to find an outlier video that happened in May or June or July. Something, actually, because of the algorithm change, maybe even sooner, maybe like something in September, October. They're not easy to find. They're not common, but when you find one, you want to pay attention. there anything else? Okay, now we've
Bernie's
talked
just
about,
asked, sorry, Bernie's
yeah.
just asked if you could repeat that. Is that finding the hashtags, Bernie,
Is it the hashtags part? Just nod
or
yes
just
or
finding
no.
the
Just the
outliers?
initial searching.
The searching part? Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm going to, this is my personal TikTok account. So I'm just going, oh, no, that's wrong. I'm going to the home button down here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to click on that. It's going to go to the For You page or whatever. And up here in the corner, which corner is it? This one. You're going to click on that magnifying glass. Then you're going to type your niche in there. Okay. Yeah. What is Susan's TikTok? It's called Simply Social with Suze, S-U-Z. Now, there are a lot of fake TikTok accounts imitating me. So if you're searching for me, make sure that you follow the account that has, what is it? Let me just check my following here. 142,000 followers. The other ones, the fake ones, they just have a few thousand. So you want to make sure that you choose the right account to follow. And also know that I never ever DM anybody. So if you get a DM from me, it's not me. It's fake. And that's a scammer. So do not respond to those, block and delete them.
So way to reach Susan is to join her community and she'll give you one-on-one help.
Yes. Now, Janelle, I think, is going to be tagging a link here. Are you not, Janelle, for the school community? Do you have your link for the school community here? I can't hear you,
My
Janelle.
internet's going a bit crazy. Yeah, I'll repost it. I've posted a couple of times in the chat and
Yeah.
yours as well. So
there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, if anybody wants to, learn about ChatGPT, Janelle's community group sounds like a great place to go. She's got lots of resources there. And then if you're trying to learn, as many of you are from the school community already, but if you're not in my school community, you're more than welcome to join mine to help yourself figure out how to find your audience. That's kind of my specialty. What I just go through my story just briefly. When I started on TikTok, I didn't understand anything about content, posting, algorithms. None of that meant anything to me. I just thought it was sitting in front of the camera and talking. And I thought, I could talk, I can do that, no problem. I'm going to be super rich in a month. And it's a much different experience, as you may all know. So I spent a lot of time educating myself on how to do this. And it took me 12 months to get to the place where I felt like I had a system that was going to work. I started a new TikTok account in December of 2024. And with that account, I applied a very specific training. And I trained the algorithm to take the content I was making and put it in front of the right people. I knew who my audience was. I knew what they needed. I was making content for them. I just needed the algorithm to give my videos to them. My old account, I was still making really good content. I felt like I was making good content. There was a ton of value in it. I was using lighting. I was using audio that was enhanced, like microphone wise, but I was getting 200 views. And it was because my content was not going to the right people. Now the situation is, if you're in digital marketing or if you're trying to sell anything at all, TikTok is literally shutting you down. It's not even putting your videos out to the first group of 200 people. And it's a super challenging time for people who are trying to sell something on TikTok. And the whole thing of what we're trying to do now is recreate our thinking around how we make content, how we deliver our message, and how we connect with our audience. So Janelle is a great example. Janelle was somebody who, she had lots of different accounts that she was working on, and she was talking about, her digital marketing course and so on. And what we did is we found a niche for her, which was a group of people that she could relate to. She uses humor, and she talks about, the struggles of retirement. And with that relatable content, she has built a big audience. She gets, as she said, hundreds of thousands of views on her videos, and she is building up the trust of that audience. Now she's moving people into a school community where she can help them, where she can, continue with that nurturing and that helping. And ultimately, if she wanted to, she could probably sell anything to them. So it's something that, this is the way we have to kind of think about creating content now. It's different than what we used to do. Back in 2023, you could talk about anything, sell anything, and there was no rules and no limits. I think TikTok is attempting to try and suppress some of the scams that are going on, because if you've gotten any of the DMs of the people who are imitating me, that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to sell you something that's not real. So I think TikTok is trying to crack down on all that stuff, but it's affecting all of us who are legitimate. So you really have to be careful what you talk about in your videos now. And that's what I do in my school community, is I take people from one kind of content and I try and put them into a channel that is going to get them the results that they want. So if that's of any interest to anybody who's not already in my school community, then you can click on the link that Janelle's going to provide, and you can come over and join, and I'd be happy to work with you there. Does anybody have any other questions or anything that you want to ask before we wrap up? Okay. All right. Becky has just gone right to sleep.
She's just resting her eyes.
Okay,
That's
that's
true. I was.
I know. I always figure that I'm probably the most boring person on live too. Like, I think, like, who would watch my lives? Because I'm just sitting there babbling away and talking. I think, why? But I don't know. I think there's a need for that kind of thing too. And I do have an audience that seems to be happy to sit in that quiet space and just kind of listen. But yeah, hopefully I haven't bored you.
So, just on live, Suze, what I don't go live anymore, because I just found that I was just 2-3 viewers for like hours.
Yeah.
And I did make sales when I was going live, and I should probably go live again, but it's just finding the time when the house is quiet and the kids aren't roaring next door and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So, and I hate being on lives where there's a lot of background noise and distractions and things like that. So it's a personal preference. I need to go back on, but even in the car, I've been trying to do my phone overheats. So I'm just not meant to go live. But, the benefits to your account, are there benefits to your account when you do go live?
Yes. So what I do with my lives is I nurture my audience. So my business has 3 steps to it. I am creating content that is attracting my ideal audience. I'm talking to people who are over 50, who are struggling with TikTok, who want to try and understand how this all works. So I'm attracting those people with my audience. Then I go to my live, and they pop into a live, and in there, I'm doing the same thing. I'm helping them, I'm answering questions, and I'm trying my best to be as, normal and natural as I can be. I'm trying to show them my personality. I'm trying to show them, I'm helpful, I'm knowledgeable. I don't know everything, but you can trust me that I'm going to do my best to try and help you. And I move them into my super affordable kind of product, like that is priced in a way that is a very easy sell, because it's something that pretty much anybody can afford. And if they know that they're going to get a lot of value there, that's an easy thing to do. So there's that 3-step process. So I use my live. In terms of my account, I don't set my lives up to get me followers. That's not what I'm there for. I'm there to take them to the next step. I'm there to nurture my audience. I'm there to show my personality, that kind of thing. So I would lean into that a little bit, Janelle, because again, there are people in my school community telling me that they're getting shut down in their live because they're talking about sales. So if you do too much of that, like if you're making content about one thing and then you go to your live and you're starting talking about this product and, you know, you got to buy this or got to buy that, that may wind up getting you shut down. So you've got to be careful to still provide that sort of expectation that your audience has of who you are in your video, but show your personality, show that you're trustworthy. And if you do watch my lives, you will see once in a while, I will say, yeah, you know, and all this stuff I'm talking about right now, I teach all this stuff in my school community. And that's all I say. And people will say, oh, how do I get to it? Oh, you just go here. And how much does it cost? Oh, it's $20. You know, and I'm not selling it. I'm just educating and I'm sharing a little bit about it. So you really got to walk a fine line with your lives.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Oh, sorry, Becky, go on.
It's kind of hard. I got approved to be an Amazon influencer, but TikTok won't put my content out there because they don't like for you to steer people away from their community. And
Right.
You can't shop without leaving the community.
Right. Right.
But they have a shop, but you have to have so many followers that it's almost impossible to get that shop. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yes. Yes, I do know what you mean. And I think that this is what a lot of people are feeling. And as well, TikTok shop is not available to me. I live in Canada. I can't have that. It's not something that I can do. So they have to have alternative options for us. The point of not talking about your product in your videos is because people have been complaining for such a long time now that there's scams going on, that everything on TikTok is sell, 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 sell. It's kind of ruined the user's experience. And I think TikTok has been feeling like they have to address the issue. They have to try and improve the user's experience because ultimately it gets paid when people use the app. So it wants people to stay on the app. It doesn't want people leaving. So if you're not yours, but like in general, somebody's content is taking them away from the platform, or it is basically taking away their enjoyment of the platform, that is something that TikTok is adamantly against. Now, I'm taking people away from the platform as well, but I'm not doing it in my content. I'm not doing it in my video. I will tell people at the very last, like the last 5 seconds, I will say, yeah, join my school community. That's all. That's the only mention they get of that. Don't talk about the product in your videos. Talk about the pain points of your audience. So what I'm doing now is directing people to that, making that kind of content. And I'm showing people how to find their audience. And I'm teaching people how to, you know, speak to that audience. What are their pain points? How can you train the algorithm to send those videos to those people? And I'm kind of getting people back on a path that they're going to be able to make sales, but they have to first build that relationship with their audience. That's what I do.
Well, my niche is kind of a weight loss after 50.
Okay, yeah.
And bringing up weight loss is not a good thing on there right now either.
Yes, you don't, there's certain words, I'm not in that niche, so I don't know specifically what they are, but yeah, there's something about, yeah. What is the word? Is it like, are they worried about anorexia or something? Or are they worried about shaming people? I'm not sure what
I'm not sure what they're,
well, that's obviously something to spend time studying, right? We could
I just know I lost 100 pounds and I would like to be able to guide other people. And
yeah. Now, this is the thing, like there are people talking about weight loss and there are people who talk about digital marketing in their content, but you have to do it in an educational way. You can't talk about it in terms of, here's a product that did this for me. You can't say like, here's how I made money, or here's how I lost 100 pounds. It's more like, and pointing to a product. You have to be talking about the experience and educating people. If you educate first, that will be okay.
Just figuring out how to do that.
I know. Well, that's what we can work on. We can work on that together. Reach out. Let's chat about it. Let's figure out your niche and get that working. Yeah, Bernie, you have a question?
Yeah, I have a link in my profile. How would you suggest leading people to the link, or just not at all with the CTA? I
I
do the
have a
same
link.
as Janelle in digital
Yeah,
marketing.
I have a link in my bio as well. I
Mhm.
find that I don't mention it in the comments. And so if somebody, I shouldn't say that. I have done that. I have said, you know, the link is in the bio, but it's very, very rare that I say that.
Mhm.
I don't mention it in the videos. I don't do anything like that. People know generally where the link is. They can go and find it. But if somebody does leave a comment, I try and find a roundabout sort of way of saying, you know, if you visit my profile page, you'd be able to find a way to access my product instead of saying link in the bio. You know, I just try and find
Okay.
a little bit of a roundabout sort of way. Or I will move them to the DMs. I would say,
Okay.
I'd love to give you my link. Let me just go to the DMs. I'll DM you and I'll send you the link or something like that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
You don't DM people.
I do not know. I did that because of all those scammers. I realized that
I'm
this was
sick of all these men that want
oh
to
gosh,
take care of me and blah, blah, blah.
where were those men, you know, 10 years ago, right? Who wanted to give you $8,000. What would you spend in $8,000? No, I know it's very irritating, but those are very dangerous. They're very dangerous messages to engage on. So please don't ever dabble with that stuff. And that's kind of why I didn't want to ever use the DMs, because if I tried to sell with the DMs and there was a confusion of whether it was real or not, I just didn't want people getting scammed on my watch. So I don't DM for that reason.
You
But
can
it
always
is,
in the
yeah,
the
go ahead.
comment when you're replying back say is I'm going to send you a DM, and then they're expecting it rather than
Yeah, when
just
it's a
directly
surprise
DMing
DM,
them.
yeah, it's something that you have to educate your people a little bit. Unfortunately, I'm maybe hopefully with what TikTok is doing now, it'll be less, but I don't know. Don't think so.
Well, I know I can DM you in your community, in your school.
Yes, now that's
Well,
fine. There's no rules on school. So you can do anything you want. I can talk about anything all day. I could teach you about digital marketing there. I could talk about making money and side hustles. I could do all of that stuff there, no problem. I just have to move you there. And that's where the art is kind of in it, where you're just trying to, you know, not lead people in misleading, but just trying to, you know, lead people naturally through that funnel, if you would.
Okay,
Bernie.
last question from me. Oh,
Okay.
sorry, Bernie, did you have another question?
That's okay. I was just going to say I'm Canadian like you,
Oh, okay.
Susan. Yeah, and the M2 has that affects us Canadians too, doesn't it?
M2. You know what? You stumped me on that. What's the M2?
That's the new TikTok for the US.
Oh, is that what it's called? I haven't
It's
heard
called
that.
M2.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't actually heard that. So let me just see here for a second. And you're wondering how it's going to affect us?
And no, has it affect Canadians too? Look, there seems to be different things for US than there is for Canadians right now
Yeah.
on TikTok.
Yes, that's true. See, I'm not sure how far along they are here. I haven't looked in a while to
Okay.
see what this is. No, it's not giving me any information right now. Everything that I'm saying here right now is speculative.
Okay.
I don't know. And I
Okay.
don't know anybody who knows. I'm also
Okay.
part of another group of content creators who discuss this stuff. I haven't heard anything from them yet either. So my understanding is that the US investors are going to be creating a different TikTok app. And there is a strong possibility that the TikTok app they create will limit American users to only an American audience.
Mm-hmm.
And if that is the case, then I do expect that there will be a little bit of a backlash from that. I think that Americans are not going to want to be limited, and people who are around the world may not want to miss out on the American audience. So there may be a bit of a purge that happens from TikTok and people do move to a different app. That's fully possible. If
Of course, that might slow down some of those scammers too, because a
for
lot
sure.
of those are overseas.
Yes. Yes. And the money is in the States, right? Well, of course, in Canada too, and England and Australia and all those places. But yeah, you're right. So I don't know how it's all going to play out. In my mind, I'm thinking, I'm hoping, I know things are very crazy and different in the States right now, but I'm hoping that the people who have invested millions, maybe billions of dollars into this TikTok app are going to be smart enough to know that if they screw it up, people will leave and they will lose their money. So I would think that they're probably going to put some sort of effort in to try and maintain some sort of continuity, some sort of user-friendly thing that's going to keep people wanting to use the app. Hopefully. But again, all speculation.
Okay.
If I had a hat on,
My last
go
question.
ahead.
My last question. How beneficial has your school community been for you? So look at before school community, after school community, because I know that with my school community, I've had a lot more interaction with the people than I did on my email list. I always used to depend on email marketing. Has it been worth it for you to start up your school community, and would you recommend it?
1,000%. 1,000%. Before I had a digital marketing product that was linked in a store. I used beacons.ai. And so I was selling an individual course. I had 2 or 3 of them, small, medium, large. And every sale I had to hustle for. Every dollar that I made was something that I had to wake up the next day and work, or I had no money coming in. With the school community, it's residual. So I can set a low price point. It feels much more comfortable. It's much more community, and I can, work with people and build relationships so much easier. And that $20 is something that, is a continual income for me. So, once Janelle joins my community, as long as she stays, I'm still getting paid $20 a month for her. And I don't have to resell to Janelle every single month. Or I don't have to come up with a different product to try and sell to the person who already bought something. So the concept of school and having that residual income that, you obviously you have to bring value to your people in the community, and you have to give them a reason to stay. But that idea of being able to, have that residual income is a complete game changer for me, completely. Now, in terms of sales, it's a slow burn for me. It's been a slow process. I started the school community in June, and the first month I think I made $19, right? I had one person, right? So it was, it's slow to get there, right? But now I have 200 people in the community, and it's, most of the feedback, I've had one person say to me that they didn't find that there was any value here. And I think that may have just been a person who joined for the wrong reasons, because 99% of the other people are all saying, yeah, I'm getting a lot out of this. This taught me something I didn't know before. Even if you just take the training, there's a lot of value in there. But it's the mentorship, I think, and it's being able to reach out and talk to me and have somebody to kind of bounce ideas off of. And, it's basically texting me. You're texting me. It's not like you're emailing me and I'll get back to you next week. I get a text. I respond. It's pretty quick access to, your partner in this. So I feel like for $20, you can't find that anywhere else. I know I couldn't find it anywhere else. So the design of the school program makes that possible. Without the school program, I could not provide the level of service, the affordability of this, and the value of it. Hi, Cam. Hi, Jennifer. I just realized you were here. And is that Phyllis? Hi, Phyllis. Is that you there?
Hello. Can you hear me?
And
Can
Rose
you hear
is
me?
here. I can, yes.
Oh, okay. I was just listening in. I'm at work.
You're
I'm
just
actually-
listening in. Well,
yeah, I'm just, but I do have a question though.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
She's got to go get her question.
I have a quick question for you.
Sure, Alan. Yeah.
I was wondering if you looked at Discord at all for another option to get people off of TikTok.
You did mention that, and I forgot to look it up. It's just another way of like a not many chat, like a WhatsApp or something, isn't it? Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's a free communication app. It's kind of a mix between Zoom, Facebook groups, and group texting all in one place. Do you have a fee associated with it?
Yeah, I belong to a couple different communities in Discord, and so I was
Yeah.
wondering if I should join that, or it's kind of yours is more where you're setting up a focus, and
Right.
you can have training modules and things like that. So I don't see
Right.
that there, but um,
Okay, yeah, I've never used Discord. I'm just looking at it here now. It looks like it's nice, safe, easy to use, good reviews.
I
You
belong
can
to
use it.
that for a TikTok shop agency. They
Ah,
have an agency where they put
yeah,
out brands and deals and
very good.
collabs that are available and things like that.
Okay, yeah, very good. Do you know anything about it, Janelle? Do you ever use Discord?
Yeah, I do use Discord.
There you go.
It's okay. I prefer school, to be honest.
Mhm.
I just feel disjointed for
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
But
it
that's
is.
just a personal preference. I feel like the chats aren't organised at all. With school, you can put in the categories and things so people can follow it quite easily. Yeah, so just everything's in the sidebar and everybody you can't follow the comments and things because they're not all attached to each other, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Mhm.
That's just my preference. The other platform too that's available is WHOP, WHOP, and that's a similar thing to Discord. It's free to join. You don't have to pay for that. But school's got the new $9 a month
Yeah,
price for newbies. You can't actually have an affiliate program for that, but it's great for a free community because you've got all the access anyway. You've got access to lives, a few little bits and pieces you can't do with the $9 one, but $9 a month is nothing. Compared to it used to be $97 a month. It still is
yeah.
that $97 a month process if you wanted it, but I'm just on the $9 level and it's working wonderfully for me. So yeah. But yeah, Discord, I find it very disjointed.
Okay, Phyllis, what was your question?
Okay, I need a little help with I just need your thoughts.
You're gonna
As
have
far as far as my niche is concerned,
Okay.
my niche is encouraging women through faith. What are your thoughts on that?
Good. Good. I think that there is a very large audience for that type of content. I think that if you are able to hone in on a specific group of people, so either by age group, gender, location, religion, like if you want to talk to Catholics versus Baptists or Pentecostal or whomever, you can find a smaller niche, like it's called niching down. So if you talk to those people a little bit more directly in your videos, there's more likely that
I think
those people would engage on your
we looked at
videos.
her
And
community
then when
called us,
they
but
engage, it drives the views
you
of your
remind me
videos.
that there's something come up because we should always be on these.
Sorry,
Okay.
Alan.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Alan. I'm just gonna put you on mute for a second.
Okay, so you say I should narrow it down, like
Yeah, I think you can if you want to. It depends on what you want to achieve, what your goals are. Are you hoping to one day monetize or sell something?
yeah. I've been
Okay.
on Chat GPT and I put in there last night and it was giving me some pretty good ideas of things that I could sell as far as home items, perfume and stuff like that.
Okay,
So
well,
yeah, I'm hoping to, huh?
here's a mistake that people make when they start out. So they say, okay, in order to get in TikTok shop, I have to get 5,000 followers. So I'm just going to do whatever I have to do to get to 5,000. And then I'm going to get serious about my account. It's the reverse action that you should be doing.
I know.
You have to create the audience you want for the future. So if you want to sell kitchen gadgets, blenders and that sort of thing, then you need to start talking about cooking and like your faith content is not going to help you with that.
So
If
I would
you
have to sell, promote like faith-based items, crosses, Bibles, and stuff like that.
you can do that, yes. I think it would definitely help your content more if you were to have some sort of a faith-based sale involved. Now you can sell a blender and you can say like, this is the Holy Spirit is on this blender. I don't know how you would do that, but you can try and bring in your faith loving audience into your sales. It's just not a good idea to be talking about faith at one time and then all of a sudden you're just something else. And your audience is like, wait a second, like what happened to Phyllis? She used to be so inspirational and now all it is spoons and knives and blenders. So you don't want to do that to your audience.
Okay. One more question, and this is a biggie right here. I saved it for last. I have 11,000 followers, and I didn't find out until here recently that I should only be following people in my niche. It's sad. I don't want to start over. I mean, it's hurting me to my heart, to the point to where I just want to teach people not to do what I did to get me to where I am, because it just hurts so bad. I'm just being totally honest with you. I don't want anybody else to experience what I'm experiencing right now, because it was a lot of time and money, because I went in those engagement rooms, and got followers that way. And it's just not a good feeling. And I don't want anybody else to feel that way. So I don't know what to do with that. Can you help me with that?
I can help you for sure. I don't want to tell you what to do. Anything that you do with your business is your decision. But my guidance for you would be to start over. I know you don't want to. But if you stay with the account that you have and you try to, and this is assuming that you do not have the audience that you need. I'm assuming that these 11,000 people are not engaging on your content and are not helping your account at all. If they are, then we're good. But if they're definitely not faith-based people, or if they're not interested in blenders or whatever it is you want to do in the future, this is probably going to be a problem for you. We can try and, retrain the algorithm and find the right people. We can give that a go. I'm more than willing to show you what to do to try and make that happen. But I'm just not making any promises that it's going to work. When you've tried it and you still feel like it's, going to be a struggle at that time, then you may feel more comfortable saying, look, this isn't working. Let's start over. You're probably just not there quite yet.
Okay. I have noticed that since I have been engaging in my niche, that the algorithm has started to feed me faith-based content.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
So that's happening now for me.
Good. And that's what we want to see more of. We want to see more of that kind of thing happening. And if we did it for like 4 weeks, I think that would be a reasonable amount of time to determine whether this is something we can turn around.
Okay.
So let's give it a try. Let's see how it works.
Okay. And one last thing.
Yeah.
Do you think that I could, because of what I experienced, is there a way where I can teach others not
Absolutely
to get in this situation that I'm in, and possibly even have a school or something from that, so I can help people?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's
there is nothing that I am teaching that all of you could not build a school community right now today and do the same thing. I am not the owner of this information. So if you learn something in my school community and you decide you want to make content or a school community or whatever you want to do, you have my absolute blessing. And I think that that's amazing. So if you want to help people, absolutely do it.
I just don't want this to happen to nobody else, because this is not a good feeling.
I know, it's a terrible thing, isn't it?
It's a terrible feeling, yes.
Yeah, there's so much content out there telling people to do this stuff, and it's very sad.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Okay, Janelle.
Susan, are you right to stay 5 more seconds?
I can stay 5 more minutes, yes.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to bring up, because we've got a few digital marketers in here and not everyone's in your community. Okay. You made a video about digital marketing and how it's not actually a niche. Could you just elaborate a little bit on that while we're here today?
Yeah, absolutely. Because this was the mistake that I made. And I think that a lot of content creators who are in digital marketing do this. When I started, I didn't know what my niche was. I knew I was trying to sell this digital marketing course. So I asked somebody, I said, what niche am I in? And they said, oh, you're a digital marketer. So you have to engage in digital marketing. That's your niche. So that's what I did. I followed every digital marketer I could find. I engaged on every digital marketing video I could find. This is a process that worked in 2022, 2023. That is what you did in those days. So the advice that she gave me was probably valuable at that time. But when I started in 2024, things were already changing. And when you engaged on digital marketers, all you got was other digital marketers, you know, engaging on you. And you just get trapped in this vortex of digital marketers engaging in digital marketers, and you never find your actual audience. So that's why I say that digital marketing is not your niche. It is an industry. And it's actually a big mistake to engage in the digital marketing niche. Instead, you need to be focused on who you're talking to, who is your audience, and finding them, understanding their pain points, and making content for them. That's what we teach in the school community. That's what I do. It's kind of like, it's becoming a little bit of a specialty now because people have caught on to the idea that I'm working with digital marketers, and now I get a lot of people from the sales world who are trying to make this shift because everybody is panicking. What worked in June is not allowed anymore. And people are like, holy cow, like what, why are my views 100 or 50? And we're trying to pivot, and we're trying to get people on the right path. And like Janelle has been a success story. I have another girl, Tanya, who's a success. Edie has been successful. And like, we're talking about thousands of followers, and those are just a few people. Everybody I get going on the right path. Megan's been great. She's been doing really well. Gosh, can't think of who, I can't think of names now, but yeah, things are much better when you just get in front of the right people. That's the thing.
And it becomes fun.
Yeah, yeah, it is fun. It is fun when you get...
like when I've still got those other 2 accounts, and I do post them, but only once a day, because Susan said only post once a day. So I find I get more traction just posting once a day because I think your audience gets lost in the 2 or 3 times a day. Plus you get burnt out. So, you know, and admittedly, it takes me half a day to return the comments.
That's okay.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's okay. At least you're doing it.
So,
there's a lot of content you don't reply at all, right?
Oh, they're fun. I have a ball responding to the comments, and some of them come back and go, "You're crazy." I go, "Oh, yeah, I know." But yeah, so it's become fun again, and that's kind of what you need if you're going to be in a business like this. You need not to be stuck in a rut, because once you get stuck in a rut, your audience can tell you're stuck in that rut, and you know people start to think, "Oh, well, she's not enjoying herself. Why would I get into that sort of thing?" So yeah,
and it's a very disheartening.
Yeah, it is a good problem to have, Bernie.
Yeah. You're trying so hard to help people, and you're trying to help yourself at the same time. And, you know, when it's not working, there's nothing worse. And I've been there, totally been there. All right. Everybody good? Good.
If anyone else has got questions, I'd just like to thank you all for coming. I'm really chuffed that you all turned up today. And thank you, Susan, for being my new bestie. Sharing sharing all your knowledge here in the community.
It was a very big honor to come here. I'm so glad you asked me.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, guys, thanks for coming. And like I said, I've put the link to Susan's community in the chat, and also my community if you're interested in hopping along to my community.
She's got a lot of good resources in there.
Thanks. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.